Banks will be closed in Japan. Volatility, liquidity, Japanese yen is expected to be very minimal. The surprise is going to be on Tuesday in Australia. The Reserve Bank of Australia is about, or is expected to drop their interest rates by 25 basis points. Last week, the Bank of England cut interest rates, but the sterling rallied instead of declining massively, heavily declining. But in Australia now, the Australian dollar actually, it has more bearish rather than bullish implications, as we explained in the chart analysis earlier. Which means if they will cut rates and we don't see a solid decline on the Australian dollar, we might going to start looking to buy the Australian dollar against the US dollar. 1 hour later, press conference by the Reserve Bank of Australia. They will inform us what and how they see in the Australian economy future, why they decided to cut the rates, and they will give us the whole story. But for us, the story is irrelevant. We only care when the market discount the information. During the New York trading session in the US, they will report their consumer price index. And here things are going to get interesting. If the actual confirms the forecast and they're going to increase the CPI by 0.1% or even more, we're going to see a solid, strong US dollar for that session. And in the next days, I believe so. This is what usually happens. Even the core monthly is expected to increase, but the CPI monthly is expected to decrease. From experience, I see the markets respect more the yearly consumer price index. And this is where my attention and focus will be. Even if you are trading indices or if you are trading major currency pairs, a positive CPI, it favors the US dollar in this case. On Wednesday, during the Asian trading session, they will report in Australia the wage price index for the quarter. Another minus for the Australian dollar if the actual confirms the forecast. Going back to the Reserve Bank of Australia's interest rates report, if they're going to cut rates and if the wage price index will confirm another negative outcome for the Aussie, we might going to see nice weak moves on the Australian dollar. On Thursday, this is the only event for the day, nothing during the London or New York trading session. So liquidity, volatility, it's expected to be as usual, but very shrink because we are towards the bank holidays, which is going to be on Friday. On Thursday now, in Australia, employment change and unemployment rate. The unemployment rate is expected to drop by 0.1%. The employment change is expected to increase. This can favor at some point the Australian dollar. But if the market will decline fast and solid on Tuesday due to the cut of the interest rate, then this event by itself, it won't be enough to change direction on the Australian dollar. Just before the London trading session in the UK, they will report their gross domestic product. The expectation shows a strong sterling. Let's see what's going to happen. If the actual confirms the forecast and the market follows through, we might going to see some strength in the Great British Pound. During the New York trading session now, the PPI for the month is expected to increase, and this can be also favorable for the US dollar. If we see a strong sterling, we will avoid to trade. If the US dollar is also strong, we will not looking to trade two strong currencies between each other and trying to figure out which one is going to outperform. What we want to do is to learn to pair a strong currency with a weak currency. In this case, might going to be the focus. It's going to be on the Australian dollar. On Friday, the banks in Europe, they will be closed. During the New York trading session, retail sales will be reported. They expected to drop by 0.1%. And also, the consumer sentiment and inflation expectations are about to be reported. Anything here above 50, it's good for, it considered as healthy for the US dollar. In this case, we have 62.2. It might going to be good for the US dollar. Inflation expectation, we still don't see any forecast. These are the major news events. As a conclusion, I will stay with a strong US dollar and a weak Australian dollar. And if these events, they follow through on each currency, then we're going to pair it with the charts as per our analysis, and we might going to find some good tradable opportunities.
That's your roadmap for the week. I hope it helps you to stay focused and ahead of the curve. If you found this useful, drop a like, subscribe, and feel free to share it with another trader who needs it. And remember, it's not about predicting, it's only about preparing. See you in the next one.